In week 9 of Super Rugby AU, we have third versus second, and it is the Rebels versus the Brumbies. Big game here for the Rebels if they do not want to be caught by the teams below them in the shape of the Force and the Waratahs. If we do look at the two seasons so far of the two teams, the Rebels 2 out of 6, they lost by 1 point to the Force last weekend, almost snatching a victory there at the end, but just not getting that right. The Brumbies 5 from 7 so far, two 2-point losses to the Reds. That is what's holding them back. That's why they are in second place this year. Earlier this year, the Brumbies beat the Rebels by 3 points. I think the Rebels are actually better at this stage than they were that time of the year. The last time the Brumbies won in Melbourne was back in 2016, so a bit of history that could count against them. If you do look at the two teams, there's a couple of changes for both sides. For the Brumbies up front, the alliteration gang is back finally with Alan Aotearoa, Falau Fainga, and then Scott Seo in the front row. They're very strong front row that the Rebels will have to look out for. The Rebels do have a very strong front row themselves usually. Gibbon comes in at number 1, so we'll see how he does this week with Elof being on the bench. Should be a strong contest at the scrum time. When we do get to the two lineouts, it is Swain and Neville. That is the two guys that have been in the Wallaby camp for the week, so I have a feeling we might see them in a bit of a combo when we get to the Wallabies as well. Leota and Hosea, both of them have been brilliant, especially Hosea, the youngster. James Tucker at number 6 for the Brumbies, up against Josh Kameni. Hardwick at number 7, up against Scott. Valentini at number 8, so he moves from number 6 to number 8. Valentini in recent weeks have been carrying that Brumbies loose forward trio as the hard runner. They do miss a little bit of grunt at this stage in that loose trio of theirs, so he's the guy that you're going to search that from. Michael Wells, also a hard runner of the ball. Joe Powell playing against his previous team, and he has a time to shine because he's playing against a guy that's probably occupying his position, who is the second choice number 9 at the Brumbies at this stage, Ryan Lenorgan. So head to head here, I think that's a big battle. Lenorgan, look out for big penalties from the Brumbies if they do need the points. Not that they do take a lot of penalties at the goal. Usually they do go for the line out to give Falau Fainga a try. That's what the Brumbies do. At number 10, it is Noah Lolosio versus Matamua. It's a big battle. It is the prodigy versus the veteran. It happens a lot in Australia. That it's something every team has a big name at number 10. So good for them there. Matamua, he's been managing the side very well. Last time out against the Brumbies, he's set a record for the amount of points he scored there. I think he scored 8 penalties. Noah Lolosio, he's managing his side well. A little bit more quiet than last year this time. Bailey Quenzel, surprise at number 12 at this stage for me there. He is actually a number 12. That is his preferred position. I just know him more as a number 10 because I've seen him play there more. So you can maybe give me more advice of how he's going to play there. I do maybe suspect the Brumbies might kick the ball a couple of times more than the Rebels in this game, having a couple of more kickers. Magnay at number 12, he's back from his injury, big carrier of the ball. Illy, he's been in good form at number 13 for the Rebels there. Ikitau at number 13, just as good form as well, scoring a couple of tries in recent weeks. A very quick combination when it comes to the two wingers for the Rebels with Lomani and Kurebeti. Kurebeti, very busy in recent weeks. Lomani, very interesting how good he actually is on the wing. I almost feel like there's been time wasted of him playing at number 9 because he does get a lot of quick steps through the line. Muriad and Wright, they've been impressive on the wing for the Brumbies. Tom Banks at number 15 versus Tom Pincus. Pincus, he's been included in basically every game for the Rebels so far, and he has an important role now. That backline does not have Hodge in it anymore. Unfortunately, Hodge sustained a very big injury. I do feel for the guy. Tom Banks is going to be a guy to look out for in this game as well. Then on the two benches, the Rebels, they have an extended bench. So always when they do that, it's difficult to say how things are going to be lined up. But there's a couple of big names that are welcome back. There's a lot of names, so I'm not going to go through all of them. I just have to say, Kabos Elof, big name on the Rebels bench there. Ross Haylett-Petty back from his suspension, so also big welcome to him. Naisarani back from his injury that he sustained in March 2020, so that is a welcome return to the Rebels, a big carrier of the ball, and they will want to have him back on the park as soon as possible. The Brumbies, they also have a couple of big names on the bench, especially a guy like James Slipper, the veteran. They also have Nick Frost that they always mention in their weekly roundup of who is playing this week. They are always talking about him as Tall Timber Nick Frost. I think someone should just tell him he has other attributes as well. Will Miller, he's back from retirement for the Brumbies. Welcome return to him. I always thought he retired a bit too early because he is a brilliant player. Who knows what he can do in this last couple of weeks. Nick White, big name coming off of the bench for the Brumbies as well. So two quite impressive benches that can come on for both teams. If you do go to predictions, I do actually think the Rebels can push the Brumbies quite far in this game. I do think the Brumbies are going to win, though. After sustaining another loss to the Reds last week, they will not want to concede any further losses throughout this season, though there is a bit of a gap between team number 1 and 2 and the rest of the sides. They will not want to lose again. So I do think the Brumbies to win this one by 10 points. Let me know your prediction down in the comments below. Also, check out these videos next to me. Hit the subscribe button if you do like the channel. And then I'll see you for the next one. Cheers.